History isn't always what we're taught in textbooks. Some stories are hidden, some are distorted, and some are completely forgotten. In this video, we're uncovering 12 shocking truths from the past that you likely never learned in school. From ancient secrets to modern mysteries, these stories will make you see history in a whole new light. 1. Ancient Rome had female voters. Most of us learned that Rome was a male-dominated society, but recent studies of inscriptions and private letters reveal that some women in ancient Rome actually had voting rights in local elections. Wealthy women from certain families influenced political decisions behind the scenes, and their contributions were deliberately omitted from official histories. This means the power of women in ancient Rome was far greater than textbooks suggest. 2. The Library of Alexandria was larger than you think. Everyone knows it burned down, but few realize the Library of Alexandria contained far more knowledge than modern historians can estimate. Ancient accounts mention tens of thousands of scrolls, including works on astronomy, medicine, and philosophy that have never been recovered. Some claim parts of its collection survived, hidden in monasteries and secret archives for centuries. The loss wasn't just physical, it erased entire civilizations' contributions from our collective memory. 3. The real story behind the Trojan War. Most textbooks present the Trojan War as a legend, but archaeological evidence suggests it was likely based on a real conflict. Excavations in Turkey reveal heavily fortified cities and sudden destruction layers dating to the right era. The poetic tales of gods and heroes might have been added later to glorify history, leaving us with a myth that overshadows the real, brutal human events. 4. Leonardo da Vinci's hidden scientific notes. Leonardo is celebrated as an artist, but few realize that many of his scientific discoveries and engineering designs were never published. His notebooks contain sketches of flying machines, early robots, and anatomical studies far ahead of their time. Much of this work was suppressed or lost because the church feared the social implications of such knowledge. Had these notes been widely known, our technological timeline might have advanced centuries earlier. 5. The Great Fire of London was not an accident. History books call the 1666 fire accidental, but some historians argue that political motivations were involved. The fire destroyed massive debt records and conveniently shifted power among influential merchants and city officials. Some contemporaneous letters suggest that arson might have been used as a tool to reshape London's political and economic landscape, a detail rarely mentioned in mainstream accounts. 6. The Salem witch trials had a hidden economic motive. We all hear about witches in Salem, Massachusetts, but the truth is more complex. Many historians argue that the trials were fueled by property disputes, personal vendettas, and social tensions, rather than mere superstition. Families accused of witchcraft often owned valuable land or businesses, and accusations conveniently eliminated rivals. This darker, practical motive is rarely covered in textbooks, which focus on the hysteria narrative. 7. The Industrial Revolution caused massive childhood mortality. While we celebrate technological progress, we often overlook the human cost. Factories in 18th and 19th century England employed children as young as 6 under dangerous conditions. Poor ventilation, toxic chemicals, and endless hours caused widespread disease and death. Textbooks highlight innovation and economic growth, but rarely emphasize how much suffering and exploitation fueled the industrial boom. 8. The United States almost defaulted in 1791. History often glorifies early American financial successes, but the truth is more precarious. The new United States faced severe debt and near collapse just years after independence. Alexander Hamilton's financial strategies saved the nation from ruin, but the public almost never hears how close the young country came to economic disaster. These near misses are crucial lessons that are usually left out of school history. 9. The Great Depression was preventable.
What are we going to do? They can't just close the doors like this.
Textbooks teach the Great Depression as an unavoidable economic catastrophe, but many economists today argue that policy failures rather than inevitability made it so severe. Banks collapsed due to poor regulation, trade policies worsened unemployment, and key government decisions prolonged the crisis. Understanding this hidden layer shows that historical outcomes aren't always fate. They're often a result of human choice. 10. The Cold War had secret peace efforts. Most of us learn about the Cold War as a constant arms race, but declassified documents reveal secret attempts at peace that were deliberately kept from the public. Diplomats and scientists tried to negotiate behind the scenes to prevent nuclear disaster, but governments often ignored these efforts for political gain. These untold stories remind us that history isn't just conflict. It's also filled with hidden attempts at collaboration. 11. The Internet's origins were mostly military. We think of the Internet as a civilian invention, but it began as a military communication network during the Cold War. ARPANET was designed to survive a nuclear attack, and early protocols were created to secure government data. Only decades later did it become accessible to the public. This hidden military origin reshaped society, yet many textbooks skip over the deeper implications of its beginnings. 12. History is written by the winners literally. Finally, one of the most important truths. Most of what we learn is biased. Conquerors, powerful nations, and influential groups have shaped historical narratives to benefit themselves. Entire civilizations' achievements were erased, minor rebellions were exaggerated, and inconvenient truths were hidden. Understanding history means questioning sources, looking beyond textbooks, and recognizing the gaps in our knowledge. These 12 hidden truths remind us that history is far richer, stranger, and more complex than we're taught. What surprised you the most? Comment below and share which fact you found hardest to believe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more history they never taught you.